Hello and welcome to the GBC. I am their host, Nash Goldberg. Today we have the honor of speaking with Anjelica Uthe, the Executive Director here at Visit Watertown. So we're so happy to have you on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Can you explain to us what exactly Visit Watertown is and what they do?
So, Visit Watertown is the official destination marketing organization for Watertown, and we market, promote, and attract Watertown for visitors.
Why is Visit Watertown so crucial to the community?
So, we really are the front door to economic development. Really, every visit turns into something more. It might be somebody moving here. Overall, it really just, they're visiting, so they're spending money in our community, which overall benefits everything that we do.
What are some specific benefits the community sees because of Visit Watertown?
So when we attract visitors to Watertown, they're spending their dollars in Watertown, which overall increases the tax revenue, which then goes to promote bigger and better facilities. So the tax revenue allows for projects like the Prairie Lakes Ice Arena or the Wellness Center and things like that. So when we have visitors coming and spending their money here, it really increases the quality of life and quality of place for our residents.
Yeah, stuff that helps everybody every day. And
Yeah,
different
for
groups of
sure.
people and everything.
Yeah, and I mean, you don't think of it that way, but really, when you're spending money, it goes into those tax dollars, which then benefits everybody.
I know when we were talking off camera, there were some things that I didn't know, events and stuff you guys help set up and plan. What are some of those specific things that the public might not know?
Yeah, so the biggest one we do is our Rooster Rush welcome tent every year. So every year, the weekend of out of state pheasant opener, we set up a tent on by the Cowboy Country Store there, and welcome hunters from all over. We play games and do giveaways, and really just welcome them to not only Watertown but just South Dakota.
Mm-hmm. What are some categories that you guys, help aid in that people might not know?
I would say too, when you usually think travel and tourism, you're thinking somewhere tropical or somewhere like, destination vacation or something. But the travel and tourism industry is so much more than that. It includes sports, it includes conferences, leisure travel. There's so many different areas of the travel industry. And our office helps a lot with Watertown's a big mecca for convention business as well as youth sports. We're a big hub for that.
What would be something like a form of tourism that people maybe interesting to you that you didn't know before you got into it that really affects the town that people might not see that are coming to water?
For me, I would say youth sports. Like as a kid, I played youth sports, but I never thought of that as being travel industry, right? But I mean, people are traveling with their kids on travel sport, any sport really, every weekend. And then they're staying 1 or 2 nights in hotels. So we get them to town for tournaments, and they're again staying in our hotels, eating in our restaurants, shopping in our shops, and supporting that local tax revenue.
If you could walk us through an example of how somebody coming to town, how that dollar and how they comes back to the community and helps them out.
So our organization is funded by the third penny sales tax and then the occupancy tax. So when visitors are coming to Watertown and dining in our restaurants or shopping, that's where the third penny. So there's a third penny on those tax or the goods purchased there. And then when they stay in our hotels, there's a $2 per room per night occupancy tax. Well, that tax gets submitted back to the city. And then we oversee those funds and use it to help market Watertown as well as use it when bidding events. So whether that be bringing in a local sports tournament or a conference, we have those dollars available to help secure those events.
And I guess that's another reason why, too, it's so important to support local and you support your community because that money does come.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's really a revolving circle. And yes, we're getting a lot of it from the visitors, but also the locals. Like you said, when you're shopping local, you are supporting Watertown and the promotion of Watertown.
Yeah, that's so cool. What are some challenges that you guys see, especially maybe in the off season, and how you try to navigate that?
I would say it's ever changing. We have a really dedicated community that has a lot of pride for Watertown, and they're always coming up with new events and different things like that. Our office doesn't necessarily come up with those events, but we're very supportive of them. So like Winterfest a few years ago, I think we're coming into the third year of that. We have a great group here in town that's organized that and put that on to try and draw some traffic and just more things to do in the winter. And then another example that I love is the Christmas Carnegie Market that the Cottington County Heritage Museum has done the last 2 years, again, coming in on its third year. They do a great job, and it's just something different and unique in a time where we're maybe not seeing as many visitors, but it's something that really draws people in.
What are some of the different experiences a visitor coming to town can expect?
We have something for everyone. Um, Whether you're a family traveling or a young couple, we have a lot of really cool restaurants. I think my favorite thing about the restaurants in town is most of them are locally owned, which is super cool. A couple of my favorites would be Dempsey's downtown here. If you love a good pizza, that's where you're going to go. Watertown Brewing Company has a really cool vibe. And then as far as attractions go, I think my favorite probably would be Bramble Park Zoo. We're one of only 2 zoos in South Dakota, which is super cool. And then to go to a community of our size and find a zoo, you don't see that very often. So I think that's so cool to have that asset in our community and be able to help promote it.
Another big event for you guys, you had mentioned Rooster Rush, and just, you know, geographically where we are in terms of hunting and fishing destinations. How do you guys see that, and how big a role does that play?
It's huge. And, it's a tradition for so many. And I think that's what we really enjoy about it because we do our welcome tent every year. And every year the same groups come back and they look forward to it. And they usually stay in the same hotels that they stay in every year. And they made these relationships with the hotels they stay in, the restaurants they eat at, and they look forward to coming back every year. So I think it's huge. And I think the hospitality that we have here in Watertown is a big deal. The people are all of it.
Yeah, how does that partnership, the partnership between hospitality and Visit Watertown is probably crucial. How do you guys work together, and how does that work?
So we have really great relationships with all of our partners in the restaurant and hotel realms and retail, and just really working to make sure that everybody's providing great customer service and communicating if, there is that off chance it maybe wasn't so great. Just having open communication and ways we can work to improve that. We meet monthly with them, and it's fun to just collaborate and come up with different ideas on how we can improve.
A little bit of rapid fire. Top 3 restaurants.
Okay. I would say Obabio's, Dempsey's, and Watertown Brewing Company.
Okay. Top 3 outdoor attractions.
Lake and Pesca. The grounds at the Redland Art Center. Ooh, gosh, this is tough. The Watertown Family Aquatic Center.
Top 3 experiences here in Watertown.
I would have to say a hidden gem is definitely the Millette House. Great tours. If you've never been, you have to go. They have exceptional tour guides. The Redland Art Center, and then the Cottington County Heritage Museum.
What are some accomplishments Visit Watertown and you are proud of?
So I've been with the organization just coming up on 3 years, and I think the biggest thing for me is being part of the rebrand. We worked with Simple View, a firm out of Arizona, to come up with a rebrand that was fitting for Watertown and represented a lot of things. And I think being a part of that and being able to utilize that in our marketing has been huge. But really tying everything in the community together. Our colors and our new brand are tied to the Millette brick, which you'll see behind us here in the Goss, the ringneck pheasant. We've pulled colors from that, and Lake Compesca, and then just the font and the text came from derived from some of Terry Redland's work. So I think it's just really cool to be able to work with them, help tell our story, and just make it something more modern and something that really represents Watertown.
And why Watertown?
For me, it's the people. I'm a lifelong Watertown resident. And the people here, everybody knows everybody. And when it comes to getting something done, this town gets stuff done. So I think that's cool, and we work together, which I love.
Well, thank you, Anjelica, for coming on. If you guys at home would like to know more information about Visit Watertown, we'll have their information below, and we'll catch you next time.